Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Ameya and we are discussing about Ultimaker Cura in this video series. If you have not checked my YouTube playlist on Ultimaker, do check my channel profile and playlist options for Ultimaker Cura. I will also provide my link in the description box for the playlist of the Ultimaker. So today what we are going to discuss is the general settings of the Ultimaker. So we are now very much familiar with what are the different things we have in front of us. So there is a settings option in Ultimaker. You can always go to settings. There are three types of setting. One is a printer setting, extruder setting, and configure settings visibility. Okay. So I'm going with configure settings visibility, and that will give you the preference window, and we can basically control various preferences which is there in Ultimaker Cura. Okay, so first thing what we can do is we can go to a general settings and you can check what kind of language it is providing, what kind of currency. Now this is for whenever you want to order a 3D print. You can just make a 3D printing file and order online the actual part which is getting prototyped. So for that the currency will give you the handy option. Then theme, by default it will be Ultimaker. There is an option of Ultimaker dark. So what will happen in Ultimaker dark is this all white color will turn into a dark color. So it will be very easy to control the software. Okay, visually it will be pleasant. So if you are comfortable with dark, you can just switch to the Ultimaker dark theme. After closing this, we will show you how the Ultimaker dark theme looks like. Important point is you will need to restart the application for these changes. Okay, so we need to restart the applications if we are changing a language or changing a theme. Okay, so there is a slice automatically option. This option will enable automatic slicing options every time. So if this option is on, what will it will do is whenever I insert a part, that part will be automatically sliced every time. As see, it is starting the slicing part, so it will not wait for slicing command. It will automatically keep on slicing whatever changes I'm making. So if I am changing this density to 50, it will keep on auto slicing that part. So the disadvantage of this is every time that will take a process, it will take more load on your system. So if you don't want to do that, you can just switch off that auto slicing option. That will be off by default. Okay, then there are the different view settings. Display overhang option is on. If it is off, it will not show the overhang, so that red color scale will not be there. Okay, zoom towards mouse, invert the direction of camera zoom, all those options are there. Depending upon your preference, you can always select these options. Then about the opening and saving files, so it will ask before saving the project. Okay, and yeah, every time it will be updated. It will not be automatic update, it will just give you the prompt for updating the software. These are the general settings which you can make some changes in general settings and make sure that Ultimaker is working fine depending upon your requirement. In settings, this is the very important point. There are different settings visibility options which are there. If you are a very basic user, new user to Ultimaker Cura, you can always go with a basic option, and that will reduce the variety of advanced options in your slicing or the settings which we do. Okay, so in quality there will only provide layer height. In infill it will just provide the density and pattern, that's it. Okay, so it will basically reduce the extra options or the advanced option which basically tend to confuse the user. So if you don't have any idea, you can always go with a basic option, do the basic settings, and print the part. If you are a good user, you can go with the advanced option. You can see some options are ticked now. Above you can control speed, you can control different infills, materials. So all those options are available, and if you check this, there will be line pattern, line multiplier, infill line distance. All those options will be added, and depending upon your requirement, you can change those options. There is a last option called expert that will basically give the all access to the control whatever you want to control in your 3D printing. Still some options are not selected. If you select for all option, everything will be selected and you can control everything. Okay, so right now I'm just keeping it to basic or advanced, as it will be very easy to understand. So I'm just keeping it basic for now. So you can always change these settings depending upon your requirement. Then there are printers. You can add different printers in Ultimaker Cura. So I have added Ultimaker 2 extended, and in previous video I was showing about the Ultimaker 3, which is a multi-nozzle printer. So if you want to remove this, you can just remove a printer. You can add a printer. Different printers are available, and these are the printers which are available by default in your Ultimaker Cura software. A variety of printers are default available, and selection of printer will basically give you directly a bed size, and you can easily place that model on the specific location on that base. Okay, materials is another option. You can add different materials. You can study different materials in Ultimaker Cura. So you can just add and remove materials depending upon your requirement. And profiles is basically this profile. By default you will find four profiles: extra fine, fine, normal, and draft. You will always go for draft settings. If you want to just print the model, you don't have to just visualize the model, you don't want to a fully finished model, you can always go with a draft. You can go with extra fine option that changes basically layer heights and infill, all those settings. So these profile options are handy when you want to go with automatic settings. Most of the time, if you want to go with the automatic setting, you can always go with this profile option, which is there in. So you can manage profile, you can discard current changes, you can select a fine profile, you can select the normal profile, and automatically the remaining part will be adjusted by default, which is settings which are stored in the Ultimaker. Okay, so these are the different settings which you can control in Ultimaker. Try to go through those settings and set your settings depending upon your user control. And there is always an option of going for a default. Default will make sure your system or the software is back to the settings of the default whenever you install the software new, like a new software. So default settings will be enabled in your Cura software. Okay, so these are the all different settings you have. You can basically control the parameters which you want to control. You can control all the basic visualization, and you can control the printer, material, and the profiles. Okay, built-in programs which are there in Ultimaker Cura. So this is end of this video. In coming videos, we will be discussing more details about the advanced features in Ultimaker Cura. If you like this content, do subscribe my channel. Follow the playlist in my playlist section for Ultimaker Cura, and share a word about channel with your friends. Thank you for joining.